In my dream there was this truck driving toward me and my sister really fast in Walmart parking lot, and I screamed, "Get out of the way," and maybe pushed her. Then she stumbled out of the way and the truck went past us very fast. And we was mad and yelled out something, because he almost ran us over. Then we was walking down the parking lot to our car. Then we saw a giant bright green snake. It was about 6.5 to 7 feet long, and then the truck came around the same corner as he drove before, except coming back this time, and me and my sister was pointing toward that giant snake and hopping up and down and saying, "Run over it. Run over it." Then the truck actually ran over it and got the snake about halfway with the wheel, and it hurted it, and we was yay yay. Then we clapped. Then a young guy in his 20s got out of the truck and grabbed the snake by the tail and tossed it on me, and I lifted up my arms and it bit me right on the outer thumb. Then I grabbed the snake and my sister said, "Throw it." And I threw it off of me. Then that place where the snake bit me on the hand felt like a hot coal heating up, and I was holding it and grunting cause it was hurting. Then the guy grabbed the snake and ran up to me and put it into my arm. When I raised it up to blow, then that wound started heating up like a hot coal. After this I figured I would probably die, so I didn't care too much, so I grabbed the snake right beside the head and grabbed his left arm and stuck it to his left arm and held it there twice, as long or 3 times as long as he held it to me, about 4 or 5 seconds, and I said, while holding it to him, "If I die then you're going to die too." Then finally I pulled it from his arm after it injected a lot of poison in his arm, and I pitched the snake down to the ground and he grabbed his arm, because it was hurting him bad as well. Then I got up and I wasn't too worried about my sister, because I figured the snake-a-bite would keep that guy busy, and I took off running and I ran into a hospital. Then told them I got a snake bite. And they rushed me into a room with a nurse lady, and she said that type of breed of snake leaves fangs in the bites. Then she took little tweezers and plucked out the fangs out of my wound. They were little clear looking fangs. Then she took a suction pump and pumped out the poison, then wrapped my arm up, and about that time the doctor came in and said he didn't have a medical card. Quote. Then I smiled and said thanks, then walked out of the hospital. As I was walking out I met the guy who caused all of it. Me and him looked at each other and I went out. I was trying to get the footage of the entire thing from Walmart security cameras, but they wasn't gonna give it to me without some hassle. In the meantime my dad was out in the car, so was both of my sisters and my mom, and my dad said, "So, who did this to you?" And I said he went into the hospital for the snake bite. Quote. Then I said, "Let's go, Dad." And he wouldn't, because he wanted to talk to the guy. The guy came out and he acted aggressive toward my dad, so I got out and we started fighting again, this time without a snake. Then I woke up.